What is up, you guys? It is your boy John here from Puma Plow. Welcome back to another American truck video. Here, oh wow, the air kind of scared me. We have cars, boys. Look at that. That's actually really cool. That is one of the new loads out of Oregon. Hence, we're at like a car processing facility where they're smashing cars up there. How convenient. That's actually really cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, I like that quite a bit. I worry about it being top heavy though. Yeah, I worry about it being top heavy. But hey, one way to find out. Let's go get cranked up, boys, on another run. Come on. Go to low. I mean, what are you gonna do, truck? Let's go. Here on another run, boys, in Oregon. Our first real run in Oregon, let's be honest. Our other run brought us to Oregon because we were really far away from Oregon. So our first real run in Oregon coming up right at you guys. Some shifting going here. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Do they have an exit lane over here? Or do we have to go across the scale? Imagine they have an exit lane, so let's try that. Yeah, okay. We're good here. We are good. We are good to go. Good to roll. Our sleep's pretty good. Our fuel is okay. So that just leaves us with one thing, and that is that's to roll, boys. So let's get to it and deliver some smushed cars. That's what we're gonna call that. Smushed cars. That is the technical description, boys. Not at all, but it should be. It definitely should be. Smushed cars. What a description. There's power lines that are like way too low over there, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Those power lines were like on the ground, okay? Not a good idea, guys. Not a good idea. Stay away from down power lines. They are extremely dangerous. Just saying. We had down power lines. Random story time. You guys ready for this? I was cutting grass. I used to cut a lot of grass. Everybody knows that. I don't cut that much anymore. But I used to cut a lot of grass. And we went to our one yard that we'd been cutting for 20 years or better. Like my family, I kind of inherited that yard from other people in the family. And I went to cut it, and we had just had a pretty nasty storm like a couple days before, or the day before the morning or whatever. A lot of wind, not so much rain, so we could cut. Like, it was dry, but a lot of tree damage and stuff. And we started, like, got unloaded and started cutting, and the neighbor comes running outside, and he, like, jumped us. And it's, like, an older guy that we'd known. We'd cut his grass a couple times, and whatever. No big deal. We're like, oh, he's just coming out to say hi. You know, he's a nice guy. No big deal. And come to find out, he was in construction. And for some reason, he, like, I guess he noticed maybe their power was out at their house or something. I'm not actually sure how he figured it out. But there was a downed live power line in the person's backyard that I cut. So he actually went back there and, like, marked it with a, like, red something. He had, like, a sign on a stake or something. I forget exactly what he had. Well, there's, like, a train going underneath me right now. That's pretty cool. But he had marked the down power line and called the utility company to, like, come fix the thing, and I guess they did. I mean, basically he's like, well, you can cut the yard if you want. I mean, it's not that dangerous, but just know that there's a down power line back there. And I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna just not take that $30 that week, and I think I'm just gonna go home or go on to the next yard. The yard really wasn't bad, didn't really need to be cut anyway. So it was like, hey, do I risk getting shocked or, you know, or not shocked, electrocuted, like, to death. Shocked is like, you know, something shocked me. Electrocuted is like, hey, you dead. At least that's the way I always take it. But I was like, do I really want to risk that over cutting this dude's grass? And, like, he'll understand. He's a cool guy. We used to cut grass for. We cut grass for him for, like I said, like 20 years. As a family, it was a long time. Used to cut his brother's grass, and it was a lot. It was a lot. So long time we cut his yard. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I think Mr. B's yard, I'm not going to tell you his real last name. I was like, Mr. B, I think your yard will be okay. And he wasn't actually there, like he was at work, which actually we used to cut his business too. He had a safety business in town. They would sell like safety stuff. So it's like, you know, it's really going to be ironic, okay? If I get electrocuted in the owner of a safety company's backyard, there's something ironic about that, isn't there? So I was like, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's be safe. Let's be smart about this, and just drive on. And you know, we came back next week, and of course, the power company had fixed the line up and everything like that, and it was no worries, all good. But it was just kind of funny. It was just kind of funny that he had that down power line in the backyard of a safety guy. So they started selling medical safety stuff, you know, walkers and shower chairs and stuff like that. And then they very quickly learned. Actually, let me back up here. There was I don't know if it was a warehouse or a manufacturer, but there was, or like a manufacturing plant. I think it was a plant. They manufactured stuff. They had a rail spur, all that stuff. And it was in town years ago. And it's like in downtown, big, beautiful old brick building kind of thing. And the guy that I cut grass for when he was young, he started on there and he was their safety guy. And then he was their safety manager. And he's realized all this safety stuff that was out there. And he's like, man, there's nobody locally selling it. So he started a business and very successful. Actually, the business is still going on. He's passed some years ago now, like 8 years ago or something now. And his business is still going strong. They actually just built a new building in town, and his son is running the business now, and just doing a fantastic job. But it was just kind of funny that he like saw the future of this safety stuff. I mean, come on, you can't go out near a job site these days without seeing vests and glasses and hard hats and, you know, safety, like road workers wearing all their bright colors and, you know, all this stuff. That's what they sell, and they sell a lot of it. So it's kind of brilliant for him to start that company, honestly, just off of seeing the need in a factory facility. You know, seeing the need, and then like, hey, I can start a company and sell this stuff. So, and he became a very wealthy man from that company. He was worth a lot of money when he passed. He was a good guy too. I mean, beyond his wealth, which was great. It was great wealth. But beyond his wealth, he was a good guy. He really was. I miss him. I really do. He was one of those guys, especially towards the end, when he quit working. He quit working like 2 months before he died. Like he was that kind of guy where he just wanted to work. And so, you know, his granddaughter would come get him. He would basically work half a day is what it came down to. He was working half days. And so a lot of times when we would go cut his grass, he'd just be sitting in his garage, you know, garage door open, and just watching cars go by. He lived in a pretty quiet neighborhood, but still, you know, the occasional car would go by and he'd wave at him or whatever like that, you know. And it got to the point where we would go cut his grass and I would just talk to him the whole time. And whoever I was cutting grass with at the time would just pretty much do everything. Like I would grab the trimmer and start trimming, and then I'd just go talk to him. And I'd finish trimming, but the other person would cut all of the grass. It was a big yard. It was a big yard. Had a lot of cutting, not so much trimming. So I could kind of get away with, you know, doing that. And I really enjoyed talking to that man. He was a good guy. He is a Marine. I would say was now that he's passed, but he was a Marine. And at 90 years old or 85 or whatever he would let you know it. He was still a Marine, and he would whoop your butt if he wanted to. He was a really good guy. So kind of like another grandpa in a way. That's kind of how I describe Mr. B, we'll call him. That's kind of how I describe him. And actually one time he came home, and you know, I tried to, you know, okay, if he was coming home while we were there, I would always, you know, throttle down the lawnmower and, hey, how's it going? You know, talk to him a little bit. And he had a bunch of $2 bills that he had just gotten from the bank, and he was giving them unto all of his grandkids. And he gave me one, and the guy helping me at the time gave him one too, and I still have it. It's up on a shelf. It's never been folded or anything like that, and it's pretty cool that I still have it. So, all right, we need to slow down. It's at 25 for this thing. It's just not accurate, most likely, but it. Ooh, imagine this with a heavy haul, boys. This is a good turn. Good turn and a hill. Notice how wide that shoulder is over there on the right side. Dipping your trailers over. That's nice. That's nice. Before you get to that guardrail, be enough room for a heavy haul. You just gotta be smart about life. So, but yeah, good guy. Good guy. Random story time for you. He had the worst yard. Like, you know, we cut his grass for a long time. He never wanted to do any of the extras. No fertilization, no aeration. I mean, one time out of the 20 years, we got him to aerate and throw a little seed in the front yard and throw down some fertilizer. One time out of 20 years did he agree to that. And I think it's because at the time his wife was still alive, and I think she wanted it more than he did. So yeah, it was nope, go to that gear. Nope, go to that gear. I'm messing up my gears big time here. But it was kind of funny. He was a good guy. So that's enough about Mr. B for you. Even after he passed, I cut his grass for a while until they sold the house. I was getting paid by the daughter, so I kept cutting. You know, the daughter got the house when he passed. His wife had already passed, so you know, honestly, it's kind of a thing where it's like, how many of my customers over the years, clients, whatever, they've all died. Because, you know, primarily you're cutting grass for older people. So, I mean, it's going to happen, you know. Had another really good guy. We always, it wasn't his name, but we always just called him CP. And I don't know why. But, oh, gotta go cut CP's house, you know, that kind of thing. Good guy, and we called him CP to his face. That's just kind of what everybody called him, and that was not his name. It has nothing to do with his name. But he was a super good guy too. He was definitely another grandpa type. You know, you could go and just talk to him, and he was a really good guy too. He lived like real close to me too. But we cut his grass for the longest time. And actually, when we were younger and we were cutting his grass, you know, we cut 1 day a week. That's what we always did. Cut 1 day a week. Well, he would go out there and cut like the opposite. So say we cut on a Friday, he would cut it on like Monday or Tuesday. And that's just what he wanted. He cut his grass, you know, wanted to cut 2 days a week, and we didn't have the time to do it, so we didn't. Oh, this is fantastic, by the way. How cool is this road? Shift down to get that Jake brake going. Oh my god, heavy haul up that hill? Yes, please. Oh, I can't wait for some heavies through Oregon, guys. I know we're gonna run these our custom trailers. I mean, especially with this truck, I'm gonna run the custom trailer for a while before I get into any more heavy hauls. It works with heavies, the lighter of the heavy hauls, but it's just not good. It's not good at all. The other thing we might do is upgrade this trailer eventually to either a curtain side or a reefer. Reefer will give us the most options for loads, but I like seeing the flatbeds. I like the flatbeds. So maybe Rocky Mountain doubles with flatbed? I don't know. I don't know if they're legal in Oregon, actually. I'm not sure how that works in multiplayer, if you can actually get loads to places you wouldn't see triples or Rocky Mountains or whatever. But I like the flatbeds. I could see going to 2 flatbeds too, like a double 28 flatbed. I think that could be cool too. There's so many options now, and that's what I love about this game now. It's like it's getting to the point where it feels like a finished, full enough game, you know, with giving us the trailers, giving us air hoses a while back, that air hoses actually hook up to your trailer, you know. It's like little things like that are making this game just fantastic. Finally. You know? Now, having to pay $11.99 for every new state they come out with, that kind kind of stinks a little bit, but at least for a while, you know I'm going to be doing it. So I definitely enjoy playing the game. It's a good game. So, you know, it's just one of those things where you're not trapped, but I'm kind of trapped into buying the DLCs, which is okay. I'm okay with it. It's only, what was it, $11.99 for Oregon? Something like that. That's not terrible. That's not terrible at all, I don't think. So, there's that. And I know it takes a while to develop and all that stuff. Is that thundering outside? I feel like there's thunder outside right now. In real life, not in the game. I don't know. I swore that's what I was hearing. Could just be my aunt doing something upstairs. But yeah, it's not bad. I wish their development cycle was a lot faster. Is there a fire truck there too? I can't see with the sun. There's a fire truck. 2 fire trucks. Jeez. Oh, and there's about to be a need for a third one. Almost ran that car over. That's alright. I feel like they nailed it with the sunshine here in Oregon. I don't think it's as bad in California, is it? I cannot see anything. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. We're going to turn here, though. Ah, thank jeez. Turn away from that awful sunshine. That was good. I feel like they've worked on that. I don't know that to be a fact, but I feel like they've worked on it. It's kind of funny seeing all the gray roads up here in Oregon too. It's just so gray, like on the mini map, because I have not explored any of them, obviously. So that's kind of funny. After tonight, hopefully we'll explore a lot. It's still the same day that I ended the last video in, of course, but hopefully we're able to get it all around Oregon tonight and have a good time doing it. That's the hope anyway, right? That's the hope and the dream. Is that we have fun while we're doing it. That's the whole point of all of this, is to have fun while we're hanging out, playing some cool video games. That's kind of the point of all of this stuff, so. Actually, is it that button? No. Is it that button? No. Yeah, it is that button. There we go. I try to remember which one it is on the wheel, but I often forget. So, like, which one changes my camera on the wheel. Don't get stuck over there, John. Don't get stuck over there, John. Alright, we'll go with the hard one, of course. These cars are actually kind of heavy. I didn't pay attention. How heavy are they? 38,000? Okay, that's not bad. Alright, looks like our spot's right up here. Looking pretty easy, boys and girls. Pretty easy to back on in there. Kind of liking it. Kind of liking it. So enough turnaround room in here to make it actually very, very easy for us. Okay. Turn around, spin our camera, do-si-do. Oh, come on. Stall the truck. Remember that I need to remember more that this truck, because of the tiny motor that I have, which I should probably go check actually. I don't have any money though. Like, yes, I have $141,000, but I have 2 loans out right now I really need to repay. But I need to remember that I just cannot drop the hammer on this truck like I can the W900 with the big boy motor from my multiplayer profile. I just can't do that here, you know? Plus, I think I actually have more reverse gears in that gearbox, too, so it kind of works. All right, another load delivered, boys and girls. Another load delivered. We're almost to 15. That's good. I feel like something good might unlock at 15. I don't know. And just for fun, guys, we're going to... Oh, those are the spools of wire. A tree cutter sent me a picture where he was hauling that. That was cool. We'll just take one of these for the next video, but I'm going to be done recording for today. And I'm just going to say thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, toodles.